you, everybody? Doing a quick show. The game's not even done. There's still like a minute left or so, but the Timberwolves are going to lose. I'm busy tonight, so if you're new here watching the VOD, because I know I'm doing this kind of last minute and way not expected, but if you're new here, leave a like, comment on the video, and subscribe. We try to do this all the time, and join the Discord. But I'm not sure how many will be here for the live show because I'm doing this so random, but the Timberwolves are going to lose. The finals are not there yet, but they are going to fall to 2 games under 500. I did not do a show yesterday. Anthony Edwards, unfortunately, was injured. I was also busy last night, as I am in about 30 minutes here. But yeah, this is just the season's probably over. Now, I'm going to say that, but I'm going to point out a couple different things here. So, one, there's not a lot to look forward to right now because the players that we have just aren't used to playing without Ant, without Cat, even D'Lo to some extent. So it's really just the Mike Conley and Rudy Gobert show. And that's probably not enough, to get us to where we need to be. Maybe it is. I will say, the season's over because it's really, it all depends on when Ant comes back. Because if Ant comes back, amazing. If he can come back soon somehow, you never know. Because the last time he got hurt was that time where he fell on his tailbone. He was in agony, and then he came back, and I think it was the Bucks. The Bucks fans were like booing him and stuff like that. That was crazy, by the way. And then there was also another time where he got injured. Yeah, it was in the play-in or playoffs. I can't remember. He got carried off the floor, and then he came back in. So it's hard to judge people's in the moment pain tolerance, and because it seems like he's pretty tough. So it seems like he can kind of just play through things. So. We'll see. Originally I thought it was maybe a break, and now I think it's maybe just a sprain, and not just a sprain. A sprain's still a big deal, but I don't know. We're just gonna see. It sucks, and then I guess Cat's coming back. I don't know. I'm just kind of if Cat's really okay to come back, then he should just come back. But Ashwin and I are probably gonna get to this at some point. Ashwin's still out of town, by the way. Shout out Ashwin if you're watching this, but. I hate to speculate about these kind of things, but there just seems to be a narrative that the league is following. There are just too many bad calls against the Timberwolves. Tonight wasn't as bad, but there were just somewhere it's just man, this just doesn't feel right. But I don't know. The Timberwolves also didn't play great tonight. So tonight's not that necessarily, but I don't know. It just doesn't feel like it's our year. It feels like we're kind of fighting against something. And so we're going to fall and be tied with the Oklahoma City Thunder for the 9 seed. I think we've won games against them this year, so we are the tiebreaker. But that's what I was going to say. Even though the season is over, we actually have a pretty decent shot at still, even if we lose a ton of games, staying in the play-in somehow. It might be the 9th or the 10th seed, but. The Lakers have lost 2 in a row. They lost a heartbreaker last night. The Thunder are the Thunder. They're not going to be going crazy anytime soon. And then the Jazz haven't played well lately. They're 4-6 in their last 10. The Pelicans are 3-7 in their last 10. Those are the teams that are below the 10 mark. So and they're, realistically now, so we're only, I don't know. Maybe I was talking too nicely. Because now we're only a half a game out of the 12 seed. So it might be over. I was talking in the Discord earlier about how it might be not so bad, but it might be bad. It might be over. It depends. If Ant can come back and we can be close to 500, then I think we have a chance at getting in the play-in. Maybe even if we really turn it on to play a regular playoff series, but I don't know. There's just a part of me that kind of wants to just chalk it all and just say next season, just get ready for next season because it's just not working. But the Timberwolves lose. This isn't even the most consequential week of the month because the last week is just crazy. We play Golden State, we play the Lakers, we play the Kings, and I don't even remember who. But it's just not good. I don't know. It's sad. I mean, we watch all season, we care all season, we get geared up for shows, we change our plans for stuff, so it sucks to have to kind of let it go, but I think it might actually be done. I just worry that the team is doing things like I'm not one to really believe these kind of things because it's like there's no way this amount of money makes that big of a difference. But it's like, are they really holding out on injury news because Ant bobblehead night is coming up? Like they did some weird stuff about that with D'Lo earlier in the season, and it was like, I don't know. I just I'm just having doubts. I'm not saying there's a conspiracy going on. I'm not saying anything like that, but like they're just not putting any confidence into me. So I don't know. But we're going to jump right into the tier list tonight. I got to go quick tonight. So, tier list. Boom. Okay. So, not too many players played, and I still don't have Nikhil Alexander Walker's picture, so I'm not even going to rank him tonight. Oh, but I do have to pull up stats. What about bobblehead night? Well, I just like because his bobblehead night is coming up on the 22nd here. It's Ant and Ant Jr., which I want that, by the way. But here, let me pin it so people know what I'm talking about. I'm just wondering if they're holding out hope for people to buy more tickets from that night or something, just to like get some metric or something. I don't know. Again, I'm not saying there's something, but the organization is just not giving me any confidence around his injury, about notification or not notifications, but like communication around that. We've had like there was bobblehead stuff with D'Lo earlier in the season where I think we like kept him through his bobblehead night and then traded him or something. I can't remember exactly what it was, um, but there was just stuff like that was like, oh man, that's gross. Um, so let me pull up the Wolves here. The Wolves. Oh, these last two games were supposed to be wins. Just bad. We might lose every single game for the rest of March. I'm not kidding. Anyways, back to happy stuff. So Torian Prince drained 2 threes tonight, but they were both after the whistle, and he missed every 3 during regulation, which was 4 attempts. He had 4 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. He's just not there right now. You know, I unfortunately missed the last couple minutes of the last game or last couple, not minutes. I missed the fourth quarter, first overtime, and second overtime of the Bulls game. And I heard about the blunder, and then I rewatched it today. It really was quite a terrible turnover. It's like how is this? What are you thinking? I don't know. It's just so bad. He honestly didn't play so bad for the rest of the game, but like that was just so bad. And his shot's not been on. But hey, Gerald, we are toast. Season over. That's kind of what I was just saying. Season is probably over. I was thinking we had a chance to hold on to some play-in hope, even just like a 10 seed and have to play through multiple teams to get there. But it depends, because if Ant is able to come back and if Cat is also coming back, which I don't agree with him coming back unless he's seriously healthy. I just don't know. I don't know what to think. But anyways, Torian Prince, honestly, I really don't want to give him Juancho, but I feel like it's Juancho. He just did nothing for us. I feel bad. And like he is a calming presence. I've said this before. He's a calming presence. He can hit like timely buckets at times. But we just need more out of him. We just can't have what we had. So that's just not okay. But man. Next, Mike. No, are we gonna jump right to Mike Conley? No, we're gonna do Naz Reid. Let's do Naz Reid. Honestly, okay, Godfrey, that's what I was actually talking about in the Discord today. Here, finishing. So, because that means, correct me if I'm wrong, but that means it's very similar to like the Seattle Seahawks situation. If you follow football, they traded Russell Wilson to the Denver Broncos for a lot of picks, some this year, and the Broncos did terribly, like so bad to the point where they're like a top 5 or 6 pick. I can't remember. So they got a top 6 pick, and the Seahawks were giving away their like franchise player. So they were expected to be terrible. So then they'd have a couple really high picks. Instead, the Seahawks made the playoffs and the the Broncos did terrible. That's kind of exactly we are the Denver Broncos of the NBA right now. Oh man, it's so bad. It really is so bad because now they can kind of fight. Like they have zero problems missing the playoffs, but they also like it's like a fun game for them now to make the play in, because if they make the play in over us and kick us out, that is just the cherry on top of the Timberwolves lost the trade cake. um, that would be amazing. That would be hilarious too. But we'll see. Um, let's do Naz Reid. So Naz Reid actually had a pretty good game. He played 19 minutes and had 22 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. He was 8 of 10 shooting. Had a nice poster dunk. Actually got to the free throw line a little bit too. It was a good game. I'm trying to think if there was anything egregious. I mean, he had some fouls, right? He had what, three fouls. Some were just stupid fouls too. But they all are kind of stupid. I don't know. Honestly, I feel like I can't just give him a C because he scored for us off the bench. I think I'm going to give him a B. We don't expect him to score 22 points, especially not in 19 minutes. Maybe if he played the full game. If he was playing like the full like starter minutes and stuff like that, yeah, I probably expect him to get around 20 because I know he's a scorer. But I don't know. I'm just going to give him a B for tonight. Who do we got next? I'm going to skip to Baby Mac. Sorry, guys. I'm kind of going fast tonight because I'm busy in like 20 minutes. So if only Gerald, this is a valid point. If we would have won last night, that would have been totally fine. Tonight's loss makes sense. It's a back-to-back. It's kind of a schedule loss in some ways if you want to call it that. But instead, it's terrible. We lost both. So let's see. I say sit Ant and Towns for the rest of the season, get the rookies and new guys minutes and experience. I am with you. I don't know why. It's kind of the point of like, things are so bad right now. I don't want to make it worse by injuring somebody from coming back from injury too early, or having a new injury happen. Like I'm not saying shut Gobert and like Mike Conley down or something like that, but like I just don't want more injuries or worse things to happen that bleed into next year. I want this year has sucked so far. Like obviously we've been around 500, so it's not like the worst. Like this is fine for a Timberwolves fan, but like I don't want to worry about next year. I want to look forward to next year and forget this year happened. This was just a transition year and us learning. Chalk it up to that. I don't know. And if you make the play in, amazing with like the scrubs that we have now. I shouldn't call them scrubs. I'm upset. I'm past, what is it? There's like this however many stages of grief or something like that. I'm not in denial anymore. I am just like, I don't know, acceptance or something. I'm just there. Just move on. Just move on. It doesn't feel like we can make it. And these were the easy games. It's over. But yeah, just forget this year. I have not had fun this year. This year has challenged my fandom in ways that it's kind of weird because we've been better this season. Other years we've really sucked, like been 16-win teams. This has really hurt though because it just felt like we should have been way better, and we should have been way better. And how many games could we have won? It's just the same situation as the Memphis series in the playoffs last year. We could have won all these games. We just didn't. We just couldn't. We can't close it out. I don't know if it's coaching. I don't know if it's some Minnesota bad luck or something. I'm blaming Minnesota. That's what I'm blaming. Anyways, Baby Mac, he had 9 points, 8 assists, played 23 minutes. He was a team high -17 and felt like it. He was 4-6 shooting. He had 3 turnovers. He did have one play with Mike Conley that was kind of the old D'Lo Baby Mac thing, which was kind of funny. But other than that, I don't know. He's okay, but we just don't. He's just a backup. We're not supposed to be using him this much. And I mean, like, what? We use him 19 minutes, did I say? Or 23 minutes, I guess. Like, we're not supposed to be using him this much. He's supposed to come off the bench for like 10 minutes and just be like a total like safety net for us in case Mike Conley were to get hurt at the same time as Ant or something, same time as other ball handlers. Like, we shouldn't have to worry about him. I don't know, but not good. I almost want to just give him a D tonight. it just didn't feel like he was doing much tonight. I feel bad saying that, but I don't know. I guess it's kind of close to what we expect for this amount of minutes and stuff like that. But I'm just gonna give him a D. Next, I think we're up to the starters. Yes, maybe. Or I already did a starter. Did I? Yeah, Torian. I did Torian first. Whoops. Okay, so let's do Mike Conley. Let's see. Godfrey says, Cat set out the whole year. That has something to do with it. Yeah, I mean, yeah. D'Lo decided he didn't want to try it. That's another. So D'Lo, you're about valid points on D'Lo. I can stop sticking up for him now that he's not with us. Also, he's been way worse without us. He's not playing well. He had like one good game with the Lakers, and every other game has not been good. Cat sitting out the whole year definitely has a part of it because we were adjusting to playing with everyone together in the first like 20 games of the season, and it wasn't really feeling very good. And then he got injured, and then we had to adjust again. So, like, even though I'm kind of the resident Cat hater here, it's like, even if I'm like the biggest fan ever, if you're looking through that lens, it's like we still had to adjust so many times to a totally different team. And it just is like, and now it's Ant. There's just so many things that have gone against us this year. But we have a deep team, but no one goes well with anyone except Anderson with everyone. Yeah, I mean, that's true. And honestly, Anderson kind of, I don't know, he kind of annoyed me tonight and has kind of lately. I don't know if it's just the way he plays. I hate it. I mean, he's obviously so effective. He's like, what did I call him? Jokic light or something like that. It's what he is now. But let's do Kyle Anderson, not Mike Conley first. So Kyle Anderson, move him up here. Kyle Anderson had, where'd he go? 12 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. He was 6 of 14 shooting. I know, like, I think that's what's disappointing to me. I understand that we have other players to take shots now that Ant is out. I get it. It has to go to other people, and I certainly don't want them all going to Rudy. But, there's just – I don't want him taking that many shots. I just don't. And Walker, too, tonight took a lot of shots. I don't even know how many he ended up taking. It just sucks. Where did Walker took 8. I mean, that's not terrible, but he's getting forced in these last-minute shots, and they just don't look good. But Kyle Anderson, 4 personal fouls. I don't know. This was just kind of an average game. I guess this is probably what we expect out of him. I just didn't like it. I'm giving it a C- tonight. C- is what I'll say. But as Gerald says, he does go well with everybody. He kind of just does work with everybody. But I just don't know how well he works on a team without a star. Like Rudy's a star, but he's a center. Like a star that is like ball dominant, usage high. Like I don't know how. It just seemed ugly tonight. But anyways, now we'll do Conley. Conley played 26 minutes at 12 points. Didn't hit a 3, but did get to the line a little bit. 3 assists, 2 rebounds, a steal. Honestly, this was maybe a little less than I expect. Like I said a couple games ago, I really hope for a couple threes from Conley. He's doing a good job at taking, like, him and Gobert do have a good chemistry, and you can see that, like, there was this feature that they did on Bally the other day where they were showing, like, Jim Peterson was, like, with both Rudy and Conley, and it was, like, showing, like, how they work together in pick and roll situations and, like, what their mindset is. And that was interesting. And I can really see it in the games now, but like he needs to make shots to make it easier for Rudy to have like more of those lob attempts. So he needs to make the floater. He needs to pull it out for 3 or whatever it may be. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't feel that much tonight. So I am going to go with, I mean, maybe a D. 3 assists. That's kind of crazy. And I'm not just trying to base it off of the numbers, but like, that's not good. Who's up next? Rudy's up next. So I thought Rudy Gobert was going to have like a 40-20 game today. Just how the game started, he was dominating. He was dunking. He was getting some lobs. After the first quarter, I think he had like 10 points and 5 rebounds. So I was like, okay. That's why I was like, we're on pace for like a 40-20 game. And then he immediately stopped doing anything. It was like he immediately was a non-factor. I don't really know why that happened, but it just stopped. He was only 4 of 8 shooting. all 4 of those makes must have come in the first quarter. I don't know. But yeah, it's just not a good game. Really gross. I mean, you just put yourself in these situations where there's no confidence behind the team and the other team has all the confidence. Just every game. I just can't. I can't stand it. Rudy, I almost want to give him a D tonight. I mean, this is probably what we expect out of him when everyone's there, but like we needed more. So I'm going to put him in D as well. Numbers wise, it's probably what we expect, but like I just need more impact. The first quarter was good. The last 3 were not. He did have some defensive impact, I will say that, but which is expected from Gobert, who we paid very much. And last but not least, Jaden. Jaden had an okay game, not as good as last game, but he played 30 minutes. Wow, our top minutes was Kyle Anderson with 31. We really spread out the minutes tonight. But Jaden McDaniels, 30 minutes, 18 points, 6 rebounds, did have that nice dunk. He was 6 of 14 shooting. Why did I say 8? 6 of 14 shooting, 4 of 6 of 3, though. That was probably the most exciting part. Him hitting threes is going to be huge, and he needs to hit threes, especially when we have Ant and Cat and Gobert and everybody healthy. Once everybody's healthy, if he can make threes, I have so much confidence in this team's ability to make a deep playoff run, like conference champions. I really do. We have to find a way to give him the ball more, and maybe Ant being out for a couple of games, seeing Jaden do this. I almost expect, like I was thinking of it during the game. I was like, Ant's going to come out with some quote, and he's like going to be like, I knew Jaden was nice, but like he's nice. Because like he's like good. He's like, he doesn't get the chance to shine, but he maybe needs more of a chance to shine with everyone out there. Although I will say, if we're going off of what we expected tonight, I probably hoped for more, but I think this is probably what I expected out of Jaden. Good defensive game. He had a couple stupid fouls again, and stupid, I mean, both on his end and the ref's end. There's 2 separate kinds. It's almost never in between. It's never like, oh, yeah, that was just a foul. It's like, wow, that was a ridiculously stupid foul, or the refs are just conspiring against us, which may be true. I still want to see the last. I don't know what they do for the 2-minute reports after overtime games, but I'm very curious to look at that. So yeah. Well, I promised a short show because I have to go. I'm busy. So unfortunately, I've got to go. But one more comment on the way out. If you're new here, by the way, subscribe. We try to do this after every game. Tonight's kind of a weird example. But yes, let McDaniels be the man for the rest of the year and keep Ant and Towns out. Yeah, exactly. See, I like this mindset. I'm so down for this. The minute Ant twisted his ankle or did whatever to it yesterday, I just kind of was how the fastness in which my caring went out the window about this season was like world record speed. I just gave up instantly. I was like, nope, I'm done. Ant like probably broke his ankle, tore or something. I don't know. And I was just like, well, if we don't have Ant, we're definitely not doing anything. And then I had these moments of like, oh, well, maybe the West and like in the middle here is not that bad. Like we can kind of do whatever. But now it's just over. Like just end it. Just put us out of our misery. Because there's a lot more misery to come. And that's actually what I'll end on. So we've got the next couple games. Remember the other day when I said I thought we'd go 3-1 in the next 4 games? That was funny. Schedule. We play the Knicks on Monday at Madison Square Garden. That is almost guaranteed a loss. This has to be a loss. Then we play the Hawks at home. Really depends on Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns, all them. If they're playing, again, I'm against them playing. But if they're going to play, I guess we definitely have a shot. We just beat them. And then we play the Golden State Warriors, the Sacramento Kings on a back-to-back, the Suns, and the Lakers. That is where the season is decided. So maybe it is putting us out of our misery pretty quickly here. By the way, if anybody goes to the game next Wednesday and somehow can get their hands on an extra bobblehead, let me know. I'd love to have that Ant Jr. and Ant bobblehead, even if he's injured. But Godfrey, This is the comment we'll send it out on. The Godfrey trade was psychological warfare on Wolves fans to make them not care about moving the team. Godfrey, I have thought about this before. I have actually thought about this, and that's okay because I live in Seattle. So maybe it's coming here. I'm down, Except I really want Seattle to get their own team so that I can detach myself from the Wolves if needed. I really need that to happen. So, but Godfrey, I kind of think that's like the deep conspiracy. We got to have a conspiracy episode one of these times. I promise. We're going to have a conspiracy episode. Actually, might not be a live show. We'll see. Let me know if you want it in a live show in the comments. But I'm going to make a video maybe with Ashwin. We'll do all the Wolves conspiracies about like the medical staff, the like the Conley GM, everything, the moving the team, all these things. We're gonna make a video about it. That's a great video. That'll be really good. And I think you're right, but it does take a lot of time to do that. So we'll see. Anyways, that's it. I really do have to go now. So I appreciate all you guys checking it out today. I know this is a really short one, and I apologize, but I will be back. The next game. Well, I shouldn't say I'm going to be back. I don't know if I'm going to be back. Monday the 20th. How are we looking for the 20th? Got to look at my schedule. Uh-oh. I might be able to do an early show, like right after the game again, maybe, depending on how quick the game goes. We'll see. But conspiracy show, yes, okay, we'll do it. 52 wins. All right, I will see you guys maybe Monday against the Knicks after a loss. See ya.